YouTubers, this is Tammy with Elevated Living Today, your favorite life coach, and I am back with yet another video. And in this video, I want to talk about why I do what I do. This is just a refresher, and I'm going to make it short and sweet, okay? Why I do what I do. Back in 2016, I believe it was in the summer. It was between June and August. And back then I was really doing Zumba a lot and riding my bike. I had this bicycle that I called my hot rod, and I had fixed it up really nice. But anyways, I'm gonna move on, bringing back memories. But I called it my hot rod, and I love to go riding my bike. But anyways, and I would ride my bike instead of driving to Zumba. I would ride my bicycle. So one day I'm riding my bicycle, minding my business, and I hear this voice almost audibly saying to me, "Tell your story." And I was like, I already know, because I spent a lot of time in prayer and meditation. So I know when most of the time when I hear God is speaking, but that is the clearest I've ever heard the Most High God speak to me. And it was like, "Tell your story." And I'm like, what story? What story? So anyways, I got to Zumba, minding my business, working out, getting my Zumba on. And there it goes again. Tell your story. And I was like, you're gonna mess up my Zumba workout now, but I'm still like, what story? So God had already started giving me this vision of starting Elevated Living Today. I actually got with this young lady that was a member of the church that I was going to. She did graphic design. She had gone to school for graphic designs, and I had gotten with her. I had been in prayer, and God had given me this vision for Elevated Living Today. And I got with her and talked to her and told her, that I wanted a logo. And I explained to her, what it is, my vision, and what I wanted the logo to represent. And oh my God, you guys, when she emailed me the rough draft, oh my goodness, I fell in love. I'm like, this is so on point. It represents everything. And I'm gonna share that in another video later, because I'm doing some things legally, taking care of them. So once that is, I'm gonna see how that turns out, and then I'm gonna share more information about that. But anyways, she did it perfect. It was exactly, and I love something that really speaks to my spirit, my soul, that touches my soul. So, and that's what the logo did. It was exactly what I wanted. All I did was explain it to her what I wanted, and I didn't know exactly. It was exactly what I wanted until she got the rough draft to me. But anyways, you guys, I had her to tweak the wording and the colors to what I like, but she did it perfectly, But anyways, so God had given me this vision already for Elevated Living Today. And I knew my life had been changing so fast, even for me. It's like I was waking up from a long sleep, literally That's what it felt like. I remember, I think this was back in 2012, 13, 2013. Um, I my diet, my taste for certain foods started to change. I just woke up one morning and I had no desire for meat. So I had to seek out how to maintain without eating meat. And then after a while, my uh, perspective started changing. My beliefs started changing. God started leading me to scriptures. I was had already been started doing a lot of. I was a person who was a prayer warrior. That's what my calling was at that time or before those years. Um, but anyways, don't want to make this too long, but I spent a lot of time in at the building, what we call church, praying a lot, and I always prayed at home. My children and I, we always had prayer at home, but I did a lot of praying, and I started fasting back in 2000, and I think it was 4, 2005, 2004, one of those was when I started fasting. I started because um, I was in church um, when the doors open. I was there for Bible study, prayer, and most other events that they had. I was there, and I just wanted something more. And I know from that desire of wanting something more, when I look back, I knew there had to be more than what I was experiencing. And as I look back now in hindsight, I can see that is why God started taking me down this road. But my desires, like back in 2000 and I believe it was 2008, 2007, we haven't I haven't watched TV since then, unless I was with a client. I went to visit a client and they had a TV on, or I went to visit somebody and they have a TV on. I might gaze at the show, but never really interested. But I haven't owned a TV until we moved here to Atlanta. By us not knowing anyone, my daughter, when her father sent her Christmas money when we got here last year, I had her to buy a TV, and I got cable, and she don't even watch cable. She just tunes into some YouTube channels. We ended up not using the cable, but I haven't. Before that, I hadn't owned a TV for about 10 years, and one of the blessed things about that, or the good things, is that my children never had a problem with not having a TV in the house. So that was awesome. But anyways, but why I do what I do is because that this is the path and the direction and the life and that God has led me to, and this is the vision that God has given me to bring forth into this world, not even for myself, but even though it's for me too, because it gives me this fulfillment um, whenever I'm doing this, whenever I'm working on elevated living today, whether it's revamping my site, coaching my clients, going over my emails. Like today I entered in, I had 400 emails, I think, addresses. I got new ones. Anyways, I had to go through and kind of clear some of my stuff up. Soon I'm going to need an assistant, and I think I'm gonna teach my daughter before I hire somebody. I think I may have her to kind of, because she's at the age where she can do some things, because I want her mind to be renewed in certain areas, to give her a jump start from uh, where I started from. But anyways, God gave me this vision, and that's why I do what I do. And I have left many of jobs, especially when I was married. I didn't have to work. Um, I worked, but I didn't have to, you know. So, but my husband, ex-husband, he preferred for me not to work, but I didn't like the fact of having to just depend solely on him for my financial provision. So I always kept the job or went to school or did something. And I also took care of home, but I was always doing something. But anyways, God gave me this vision to bring forth into the world to serve. And all my life I have done some work of service. God has always used me, and it wasn't a big platform. It was always on a personable basis, because I was a person anyways who did not like the spotlight or didn't want to do anything for show per se. But now I look at, my journey and how it has prepared me for now. And back in 2013, when my life started changing drastically, oh my God. When God is ready to elevate you, promote you, your life is going to totally change. All the people around me basically disappeared. I am not kidding you. All of my associations changed. Oh my goodness. And I already lived a pretty consecrated life anyways, but I did have like a lot of associates or friendships, with individuals in certain places. But I'm telling you guys, everything shifted from friends to family to associates to organizations. Everything shifted, and my life went through, nobody knows. The only thing, when you're going through a really tough time, a lot of times, especially if you're a faith-based person, even if you do reach out for help, if it's something that God is wanting you to go through, you're going to get through. It's going to be tough, but you're going to get through, because in going through that at the time, you have no idea that this tough time, hardship, or lesson, or lessons is really, or it could be a struggle, is actually teaching you something, and because it's preparing you to take you someplace. And when I look back in hindsight, I can understand a little bit more, not totally, because we only know in parts, but just a little bit. But anyways, let's see, close that. But anyways, when God is ready to elevate you or promote you, your entire life is gonna change. You're gonna think your whole world is falling apart. I gotta laugh because, hey, oh my, yes you will, but thanks be to God. As things start to progress, it gets better. So hold on, hold on. The change is coming. It's coming. Hold on. Don't worry about a thing. I might have just sung two different songs, but hold on. um, keep holding on. But anyways, yeah, coming to this point and why I do what I do. And when I first started Elevated Living Today, I got so many attacks. I got death threats, and I didn't even think I would be here today. And but when God has something for you to do and a plan for you, for your life, nothing can take you before that is complete. But when I started Elevated Living Today, as soon as I started living on purpose, I started getting attacks from anywhere you can name it. But and I drew back. I actually drew back from it. And Elevated Living Today just would not let me rest. Or say God would not let me rest. This vision would not let me rest. Every day it kept coming back and coming back and coming back. Just wouldn't let me rest. So here I am. And I'll get more into what Elevated. I am a life coach, and I life coach on quite a few different areas, but my life coaching, what I do is help people to move forward, or help them to get insight and to actually renew their mind in areas that it needs to be renewed, and probably in places they didn't even know that their mind need to be renewed. And that was a thing for me when I started waking up, how God started showing me truths, revealing me truths in the Word. I started doing a lot of research, researching history, researching different areas. I mean, all of this stuff. I mean, even going to school, everything God led me to this path. You know, I'm like, little old me. I mean, I know I'm tall, but I just didn't think, that He would use me the way God has used me. He's taken me before great men. I'm telling you, people I've stood before. This little shy girl who used to be a little shy girl, not anymore. But I remember I done went up against, oh my God. Well, one day I'll tell that story. But anyways, God says, He told me to tell my story. But I remember one year I went, there's this organization where this man, actually a supervisor wanted to I'm not going to tell that story. But anyway, I'll tell that little short part where the supervisor was used to try to get rid of me from a job. And I wanted to quit so bad, but God told me not to quit. Usually I would walk out on a job in a minute, but this job I didn't. And I stayed and I stayed and I stuck it out. Usually I would just quit. I would quit everything. But this time God told me not to quit, so I stayed. And it came to where He gave me an evaluation. And right after the evaluation, He fired me. He actually fired me. And let me tell you, when we went to the mediation for me to get my unemployment, y'all, don't you know, He gave me such an awesome evaluation that these people honored and gave me my approved my unemployment when him and this big organization's lawyer, both of them was up against little old me. Now this is where that was God. It's about little old me. That was God. But wow, I just look back and I'm just still, just in so much adoration and how God has shown himself to me. But this man and his lawyer for their organization came up against me, and he gave me just what I needed, not to keep the job because God was moving me anyway. I wanted to quit before then, but God wouldn't let me quit. So I did. That was the first time I've ever been fired and was wrongly fired. But in Florida, you really don't have to have a reason to fire you. They can just come in and say, "Hey, we letting you go." But anyways, according to him, I turned into almost like this. I don't know, a bad employee. But in my evaluation, he gave me an excellent evaluation just a few days before he fired me. So I'm not going to say he wasn't the brightest cookie in the bunch. But anyway, it worked out in my favor. So the mediator there awarded me my unemployment, and I got that employment for quite a while, and it served me well until I was able to move on to my next assignment. So anyways, you guys, but that the why I do what I do is because God has led me to share the gift He has given me to share with the ones that He sends to me. Not for me, but for the gift He's given me. And that's why I've never had to go out and really beg for clients. I still don't. I've never, if anybody knows me personally, I've never had to go down and really beg people for money. I'm not bragging or anything like that. It's just that God has always provided, because I've always been working in the kingdom. I've always been doing kingdom work, and God has always provided. And I'm not going to say things are always smooth and peaches and creams, because there were some rough times. And I'll share that story a little later. But this video is long, so I'm going to stop this now. But I do what I do because this is what God has given me to do. And this is something that I can't quit. I've quit a many of jobs, but my calling, I have to go forward. That's why He set me free. That's why I'm still here. I have to go forward. All right, you guys. All right, I love you, and I want to thank you for tuning into this channel and coming and visiting Elevated Living Today with your favorite life coach. And I will be talking to you guys real soon in another video, because I'm going to do another video after this one. So come back, okay? I love you guys, and keep coming back to visit so you can begin to experience a more elevated living today. I love you guys. Bye now.